Fighters Fest, a Survivor Series, this isn't chess. And I'm in full gear, but keeping my cards close to my chest. You claim to be the best, my revolution is to beat the best. And you in the Viper's pit with nowhere to go, so what's left?
What's going on, everyone? It's KB the Mark, and welcome back to the Viper's Pit. We are here with the Monday Night Raw review. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, push that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more uploads. I also want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for the love that you guys showed on the Forbidden Door review. Definitely appreciated. You guys showed me that you want me to continue to keep doing this, so I'm going to continue to do this, and we're going to go ahead and jump into Monday Night Raw, the review. Normally you would probably expect me to come on here, bury Monday Night Raw, say it's god fucking awful, and continue to go. Raw was completely serviceable. Boring? Yes. Bad? No. Serviceable. Should it have been better since it is a Money in the Bank go home show? Yes. But it wasn't bad. What's not bad? But we're going to go ahead and jump into it. We started off with Dominique Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Cody Rhodes opening the show. Dominique tried to open us to Monday Night Raw, but it was booed out of the arena, of course. He has great heat. He gets nuclear heat. It's awesome to see. Rhea took over and then was interrupted by Cody Rhodes, who was trying to go Dom into a fight. But Dominique and Rhea walked away. Cody stated that he was fighting Damian Priest. I thought it was a decent opener. It's exactly what you want. Hype up that Money in the Bank match between Dominique Mysterio and Cody Rhodes. Thought it was great. We then had Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Ricochet got the win, and this match was good. It was really good. Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura continue to be two of the most underutilized people in WWE, and I'm definitely glad to see with Triple H, Papa H running it, that we get to see more of them. So I was thoroughly impressed. Thought it was going to go into a DQ because Bronson Reed was sitting ringside, but he was ejected, and I thought he was going to come back, but he did. So definitely enjoyed the match and glad we actually got a finish. We then had a Matt Riddle backstage promo. Matt Riddle is tired of Gunther hiding behind his boys and challenged Gunther for the IC title. Riddle was interrupted by Ludwig Kaiser. Matt Riddle and Kaiser shared words before Riddle attacks Kaiser. I'm sorry. Riddle and Kaiser shared... No, I said that right. Okay, my bad. Matt Riddle and Kaiser shared words before Riddle attacked Kaiser. Gunther attacked Riddle from behind and accepted his IC title match. I definitely apologize. Thought I had that mixed up, but that is what happened. They exchanged words, and then Matt Riddle attacked Kaiser, which led to Gunther attacking him from behind. We then had Ronda Rousey versus Raquel Rodriguez, and match was god fucking awful. Though I will admit, I do like the pinfall that Ronda did, but god awful. Get this shit the fuck off my television. Thank you very much. We had a Finn Balor promo packet. Finn said that the person from 7 years ago is gone. Finn lists all of the injuries he sustained after the botched buckle bomb. Finn Balor states that Seth Rollins came out the next night and laughed at him, and Seth made him bitter. Finn states that Seth has everything and that the only thing that matters to Finn is vengeance and the World Heavyweight Championship. Finn declares he'll be the winner at Money in the Bank, and it will be a bitter pill for Seth Rollins to swallow. I loved this little promo that Finn Balor did. I thought it really put into a light of what he's been going through over 7 years. And I'm a huge Seth Rollins fan, but you know, I've told Salamander this, and we vehemently disagree, but I don't like using injuries as a way to further storylines, and I still feel the same way. especially because if you really look at it in the context of it, everything that Finn Balor is saying is true. Seth Rollins took away 7 years from Finn, and I know he's been back. He didn't miss a full 7 years, but you know, you pretty much stunted his growth. You know, he came in, he was destined to be the guy, and one messed up buckle bomb, and Finn Balor was never the same. So I definitely like that promo. We moved on to the drip god himself. Seth Rollins promo next. Seth Rollins is in the ring. Seth welcomes us to Monday Night Rollins. Seth introduces Carmelo Hayes, who is sitting ringside. Seth thanks Carmelo for having his back and asks Melo to beat bum-ass Corbin. Please beat bum-ass Corbin for us. Seth asks which Balor was going to show up for Money in the Bank and talks about how Balor jumped him all last week. Seth states that he is still standing and asks Balor to finish the job. Seth puts over Balor and states that he's not 100% now, and neither will he be at Money in the Bank. Seth says as good as Balor is, he hasn't accounted for himself, and says that the best version of Finn Balor isn't as good as the best version of Seth Rollins, and states that will be a bitter pill for him to swallow. Finn comes from behind with a chair, and it breaks down into a brawl. Excellent. Then the line where he said the best version of Finn Balor cannot beat the best version of Seth Rollins. Goated line. Absolutely fantastic. We had a Tommaso Ciampa backstage promo. Ciampa states that he's been rehabbing and The Miz hasn't reached out to him in 9 months. Ciampa states that The Miz is a blessing in disguise, and this time around, he creates his own opportunities. It then led into a Tommaso Ciampa versus The Miz, which went into a no contest because The Miz attacked Tommaso Ciampa while he was on his way to the ring. Dominic Mysterio versus not Cedric Alexander, but Akira Tazawa. Akira Tazawa is back on our TVs. Oh no! Dominic Mysterio got the win in 2 minutes. There was really nothing about this. Akira Tazawa got a nice little 45-second jump, a little 45-second of high action, but Dominic Mysterio took over. Corey Graves is leading the Women's Money in the Bank Summit. Becky states that she's the only woman to win Money in the Bank in the match. Io states may the best woman win. Vega puts over Becky Lynch, calls Zoe Starks a groupie, and puts over Trish Stratus. Vega states that her and Santos will bring home Money in the Bank to the LWO. Trish states that all she sees is a bunch of little girls and stated that she was needed to save the women's division. Trish tells Lynch when it's all said and done, will she be man enough to say thank you, Trish? Becky Lynch attacks Trish Stratus and a brawl breaks out. It was fine. It was absolutely fine. Nothing to write home about. Really nothing to write home about. It was a decent segment. You know what it was aiming for. Kathy Kelly, Carmelo Hayes backstage segment. Carmelo Hayes states it's an honor to be on Monday Night Raw. It states that Seth Rollins is a champion that he is inspired by. Melo states he will take care of the Finn Balor problem because he don't miss. I first saw this bullshit last night and said, why the fuck is the NXT Champion on Monday Night Raw? And why the fuck is the NXT Champion about to take a pinfall loss? Now, the last time an NXT Champion was on Monday Night Raw and took a pinfall loss, you want to guess who it is? That guy's on SmackDown now. That's right, Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross didn't lose clean, but he was NXT Champion and still took a pinfall loss on Monday Night Raw. Maybe this will be different. Who knows? We had a Sami Zayn versus Gunna. Gunna got the win. I thought this was the best match on the show. Sami Zayn and Gunna is going to be fucking excellent every time. This was more of the same. This was definitely more of the same. We did have a Natalia backstage promo. Natalia states that she signed up for this life and the biggest battle that she has been fighting is with herself in her mind. Natty invites Rhea to ring her title next week and states that through it all, she is still standing and no woman can erase what she's done in her career. I love this storyline, this angle with Natty and her internal battles that she's going with herself. You don't really see this storyline that much with veterans. To me, it's more of a young guy who's ready to break through, but he's not really, they're not really sure. So I like this for Natalia. Definitely love this for Natty. Finn Balor versus NXT Champion Carmelo Hayes. Match was good. Melo looks like a star. My only problem, why is the NXT Champion taking a pinfall loss on Monday Night Raw? Especially when he has a NXT Championship match the following night on NXT against Baron Corbin. You know what? It's not God fucking awful. It's just flat out bad. It's just flat out bad. Champions should not be taking pinfall losses on television. That's just my opinion. I don't believe that. We have a Cody Rhodes backstage segment next. Cody states that he's looking forward to the day they don't have to talk about the Judgment Day. Cody states that Dom isn't going to have the Judgment Day and we get to see what he really has. Leads to the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Cody Rhodes did pick up the win. Thought it was a nice main event. Nothing really to write home about. It did exactly what it needed to do. Dom hit Cody Rhodes from behind while he was celebrating, which is really what the storyline has been about. Dom doing hit and runs and Cody Rhodes just eager to get his hands on him. Like I said earlier, Monday Night Raw wasn't bad. It was serviceable. Boring, kind of. Boring spots, boring segments, kind of. But it's serviceable. Did its job. It was a solid 6.5 out of 10. Very solid show. Really set up Money in the Bank there with Dom and Cody Rhodes. Gunther versus Matt Riddle and the women's Money in the Bank. I think it really set up Money in the Bank. What I have expected it to just be a little bit better since it is the go home show. Yes, but what can you do? And AEW is not really good with go home shows either. So I'm not gonna put too much into it. It was a decent show, especially it's come leaps and bounds from where Monday Night Raw used to be. But that's it, you guys. That's all I have for you on today's edition of the Viper's Pit with the Monday Night Raw review. So please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, push that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more uploads. Once again, I'm KB the Mark signing off until the next one, and I will see you guys on the next installment of the Viper's Pit.
I started with nothing and came out a king. Yeah. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.